What's up, family? It's none other than your boy, JGiddins, the father, as usual. Remember to be positive, optimistic, keep positive people in your circle, as these three things are key to ensuring positivity is invited into your future. The title of this lecture is Human Cloning, parentheses, Eugenics. I want to let everybody who watches this video know that by the end of this video, you are going to be an expert on cloning, and there's going to be nobody who can tell you that cloning is not real, and you won't have, questions and concerns about it. Alright. Somebody came in and commented, I don't want to be cloned. But look, what's up, family? I know I was supposed to do this video for a minute. Now listen, I want to let everybody know and this is while I'm letting people come in. If you're watching this video is going to be for people of all levels. So if you're somebody who already knows about cloning, you already know that it's real, you can still watch it for a couple little tidbits. For people who think cloning is not real, you about to definitely have your mind blown, because cloning is 1,000% real. And for people who know that it's real but don't really know much about it, or think it might be real but not sure, you're about to get clarification on that. Alright, so just finish this video and we all about to be experts on cloning. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tell us shit. Alright, now I am doing this lecture in my room with my star seeds around me, 3 of my 5, right? And my goddess, obviously. But so I'm saying that to say y'all might hear a little bit of sound throughout the video. If it's too loud, let me know, or say something, and you know what I'm saying, or comment if you're watching it back and you had trouble hearing something, and I'll make sure to clarify. All right, let's get to it. Now the first thing I want to say, what's up, Jizzle? One love to you. Now the first thing I want to say that we got to notice when it comes to cloning, right, especially for my people who believe that that cloning is not real, right? The first thing we got to notice is that cloning is actually, look, first thing we want to do is give a definition of it, right? Cloning is actually listed on Merriam-Webster.com, right? So that means it's in the Webster Dictionary. Cloning is the production of a population of genetically identical cells or of organisms asexually produced by a single cell or organism. So that is the actual definition of what a clone is, right? What's up? What you need? I'm stop doing. Hey, Gerald, stop. Alright. Again, reminder, there are going to be interruptions throughout this. Alright, so we know what cloning is. So let's go. So we're going to tackle this. We're going to break this into 3 things. One, I'm going to go over what cloning is real quick. We're going to show it, touch on it a little bit. Then we're going to go, Gerald.
Wait a minute, let G hold up first.
Then we're going to go into human cloning, eugenics, and what that is. And then we're going to go over what institutions currently exist that are doing this and give some examples of them. We'll do the same thing for cloning too. Alright? Now for cloning, right, let's go into it, right? Let's go into it. I actually have the Wikipedia app downloaded on this tablet, right? So we're gonna start off with, hold on y'all, bear with me. Alright, so this is where we're gonna start at, right? Let's go over it and let's just tackle the information, because y'all know as we go through the information, we're going to learn so much and come across it. Look, cloning is, and we read this already, cloning is the process of producing individual organisms with identical or virtually identical DNA, either by natural or artificial means. In nature, some organisms produce clones through asexual reproduction. Now, that's not what we're talking about, obviously. In the field of biotechnology, cloning is the process of creating cloned organisms. Now, who remembers that video that I did? If y'all watching this video back, then y'all can take a look at the video I posted right before this, where I showed them birds, right? Birds will be what you consider biotechnology, right? Let's see what biotechnology is. Biotechnology is the integration of natural sciences and engineering sciences in order to achieve the application of organisms, cells, parts thereof, and molecular analogs for products and services, right? But let's keep on going, right? Now, cloning is a process of creating cloned organisms, copies of cells, and DNA fragments. Now, the only real difference between this cloning and what we're about to go into with human cloning is just the fact that this is talking about plants and animals. They're primarily... Oh, what's up, Feezy the Fly Guy? Stay in here with me for a minute if you can. You're going to learn everything about cloning and know that it's real for anybody out there who think that it's not. Alright, we're talking about cloning right now, but we're going to go over human cloning in 2 seconds, right? Now, before this, we want to talk about the etymology, right? Because This was coined by Herbert J. Weber. And y'all want to look these people up when you researching. Look these people up and see what they are. He was an American plant physiologist, right? So this shows you that he was into cloning plants, right? So if you go do some research on him, you can find out when they started cloning plants. And pretty much every plant and seed, citrus. He's the guy, look at this. He's the guy who made oranges. Look at that. I didn't even know that. This is the guy who has something to do with oranges. Because if y'all didn't know, oranges are not real. There's no such thing as an orange. You know what I'm saying? Just so that you know. Alright? But in botany, which is the study of plants, you'll see. Look, let's go into this. So anyway, the term clone derives from the ancient Greek word twig. Now, the fact that the word clone comes from ancient Greece lets you know that they've been doing this. This lets you know they've been doing this long before this guy. This guy was just following behind other people and was the fall guy, so to speak, as it relates to success, right? But anyway, let's keep on going, right? So this is referring to cloning, right? Now, they do tell you about... What's up, Brandon? I appreciate you for coming in. What's up, Slice the Life? What's up, Big Beezy? Shout out to everybody who come into the live, because y'all know we discuss intellectual information in here. We don't talk about celebrities and who's smashing who and all that. We learning in here. Now, natural cloning, just so that, because again, we want to be experts on this. We don't want nobody to be able to challenge our word, to be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. We want to know this stuff, right? Now, cloning is a natural form of reproduction that has allowed life forms to spread for hundreds of millions of years. It is a reproduction method used by plants, fungi, and bacteria, right? And it is also the way that clonal colonies reproduce themselves. Now, the reason this is important is because everything that they do that's unnatural, there's a natural version of it that they typically... What'd I tell you?
Go down there. Y'all being hard-headed. Go down there. Alright.
There's a natural... My apologies, y'all. I got my little ones in the background. What's up, Big Beezy? Blessings to you as well. Alright, one love. Now, there's a natural version of everything unnatural that exists, right? So when they tell you that they can clone, you best believe that there's a way for nature to do it too, right? Now, in this case,
Share.
Listen.
Share.
Alright?
Share.
Hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on for a second. Listen. Daddy is on live. Look at me. Look at me. Daddy is on live, okay? And I need you to keep it down. Don't let me have to keep telling you that. Jade, same to you. You got me?
Share with your brother, Jade.
Alright. Now listen. Let me go back, y'all. This is why I didn't even want to do the live in here, because I already know they show off when I jump on the live. They wouldn't do that if I wasn't on here. And if they did, they'd be checked in 10 seconds. Look, so let's move forward. So just so that y'all can know what this is, clonal colonies. Let's see what this is, because honestly, I don't know what this is. But let's learn. A clonal colony, or genet, right? So if y'all see genet, which can be also pronounced as gene T, is a group of genetically identical individuals such as plants, fungi, or bacteria. So what this is what you call in science a phylum, a kingdom, a classification, a grouping of organisms. So this is a clonal colony, is a way for them to group a bunch of fake organisms that they made. That's what this means, in case y'all don't know. All right, because sometimes you got to sum it up, because they try to use all these big words and all this shit. All right. Molecular cloning. Molecular cloning refers to the process of making multiple molecules. So what they're basically telling you is that they can clone on every level. Like, cloning is not just like you clone an animal, you clone a plant. They can actually clone the specific cells. When they say molecular, they're talking about atoms. They're talking about cells, right? They can actually clone the particular cells inside of an organism. So what that means is they can make an animal. What that means is they can make an animal that has two of a body part that another one only has one. So for instance, let's say there's or they can make it with more. So let's say there's a dog, and the dog has 4 legs, because y'all know they clone. By the way, y'all know they use this for dogs, right? Like, they use this for a lot of animals. But let's say dogs have 4 legs. They can molecularly clone specifically the cells that have to do with the embryo stage where the animal is being produced. They can specifically clone the cells that will grow into legs to make it grow into however many legs they wanted to. The reason that this is important is because when you start seeing certain things, you need to not just think that they all came from nowhere and just know that, you know what I mean? Because they'll try to put it on the news and be like, oh, where's this new animal that we just found out of nowhere? But like, that's bull. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look, they even tell you now phenotypes, for those who don't know, these are oh snap. Okay, look, my God is just my God is just pulled something up that I want to show y'all, right? Two-headed snake. You see this two-headed snake? Let's try to pull up a better picture. There's one. There's a good picture of one, right? Two-headed snake. Two-headed snake, right? In order to do this, all they would Gerald.
I'm trying to help.
All they would need to do this is molecularly clone the specific molecules that result in heads in DNA. See how it says, let's read it again and make it make sense. Molecular cloning refers to the process of making multiple molecules. Cloning is commonly used to amplify DNA fragments, right? So when they say DNA, that's deoxyribonucleic acid. For those who don't know, I did a lecture on that, and you would need to know what this is so that you can really understand a lot of how this is gonna work, right? But anyways, Big Beezy said what? You said so they cloning and splicing, bro. They cloning, splicing, and even more. We gonna get into it. They cloning, splicing. They doing genetic alteration. They're doing genetic code modification. We about to get into all of that. All right, we about to get into all of that. Bear with me for a second. But that's all we need to do. All right, we ain't gonna go into all of this because we're gonna talk more about it once we get into human cloning. So let's go. All right. I want to first off, while I'm pulling this up, I want to say I appreciate and express my gratitude to everybody. I'm giving my son the eye because he keep on, you know what I'm saying?
He's talking about snakes.
Oh, you talking about snakes? I want to express my gratitude to everybody who's in here because it's nothing more important to me than that we all be, we all have the neurological fortitude to stand up to anybody who tries to say something to us. So if we say, yo, these are clones, like we know majority of sports figures are clones. We know they cloned. But people would say, oh, that's not true because there's no such thing as clones. Okay, so look at this. So what's this? So what's this then? And we're gonna find out who's doing this, right? Let's get to it real quick. Now, matter of fact, we're going to get to it in a second. Look, human cloning is the creation of a genetically identical copy or clone of a human. Right now, we went over what a clone was of a human. They basically just telling you they do it with humans. So everything we just read would apply to humans, right? Now, the term is generally used to refer to artificial human cloning, which is the reproduction of human cells and tissue. It does not refer to the natural conception and delivery of identical twins. So just so that y'all know, this does not have to do with identical twins. Alright? Now look at this. The possibility of human cloning has raised controversies, right? And when they say controversies, they're talking about bioethics, the ethics of cloning, right? I'm showing y'all this because how could this exist if cloning wasn't real? You gotta really understand that. How could they have controversy in bioethics, right? And let's go into it for those who don't know what bioethics is. Bioethics is a field of study and professional practice interested in ethical issues related to health, including those emerging from advances in biology, right? So this is basically a group of people who tell you when you right and when you wrong, right? These people got involved on the ethics of cloning. So if cloning is not real, sway, right? Let's get back to it, y'all, because I got off. Hold on. All right, let's get back to it now. So if cloning is not real, then why in the world does it say these ethical concerns have prompted several nations to pass laws? Let's see if they show us what some of the laws are. No, they just telling you what law is. All right, pass laws regarding human cloning, right? So there's laws right now in place. We can look up what some of those laws are, all right, so that we'll know. Now, let's just go over this real quick, and then we're gonna get into some other stuff. All right, bear with me. Now, two commonly discussed types of human cloning, and let's see what this is real quick. See, look at this. They showing you how they clone, reprogramming into iPSC, right? They showing you how they fuse the nucleus with the denucleated egg. So what they do is take an egg, take the nucleus out, and then put a new nucleus in it. Reproductive cloning, therapeutic cloning. Look. So how dare somebody say cloning ain't real? How silly do you sound? You know what I'm saying? Two commonly discussed types of human cloning are therapeutic cloning and reproductive cloning. Therapeutic cloning would involve cloning cells from a human for use in medicine and transplants. And this is when y'all familiar with this? This means that they're gonna. So therapeutic cloning means when they tell you, hold up. See, we learning a lot. So when they tell you, let's say you need a heart transplant, or let's say you need a kidney transplant, and they telling you they don't have any kidneys, there's no way they can help you, right? This is where that comes in, right? Because there's two types of human cloning. One is therapeutic cloning, the other is reproductive cloning. Now, therapeutic cloning would involve cloning cells from a human for use in medicine and transplants, right? So they could clone cells from a kidney to make a new kidney. This is what they're doing. And they've been doing this since like way before. Let's keep going. Look, because we're going to get into it. We got a lot to cover. It is an active area of research, but is not in medical practice anywhere in the world as of 2022. I call bullshit, but they saying that. Okay, let's keep on going. Two common methods of therapeutic cloning that are being researched are somatic cell nuclear transfer and pluripotent stem cell induction. Now this one, look, we could go into these. What's that?
So the medical practice, what they mean by that is saying that they don't use it for medicine. That's not to say they don't use it at all. It's
right.
Not used in medical practice.
Right. Anywhere in the world. So they claim, right? They saying it's an active area of research, but we're gonna get into who's doing this, because this happens in Bethesda, Maryland. I see Chanel just came in. Chanel, they clone people in Bethesda, right around the corner from us. We're gonna get to that in a show. All right. But let's keep on going. So let's just see what this is real quick, because I don't like to let stuff get away from me. I would have to research this. Somatic cell nuclear transfer. In genetics and development biology, somatic cell nuclear transfer, SCANT, is a laboratory strategy for creating a viable embryo. Look at this. Creating an embryo from a body cell and an egg. So that means they could take one of your cells and an egg. You know what I'm saying? And they can make an embryo out of it. Come on, man. If y'all ever seen the movie Splice, wasn't it called Splice?
I think so.
Splice, this is what they was doing in Splice. In the movie Splice. Y'all should go check that movie out. Alright? So look at history, right? Although the possibility of cloning humans look, let's skip the BS, alright? So let's skip the BS and let me show y'all how they've been doing this, right? Now here's the way you can tell that they've been doing this. They just changed the words. Y'all gotta remember and understand that when you define a word, you taking the you know what I'm saying, you taking the value away from the word, right? Because when something is fine, that means you can see everything about it. It's sprinkled out. Like, think about sugar. It's fine. You can see everything. When you define it, that means you clump it up. You make it hard to know what's really going on. So they defined eugenics as human cloning, so that you wouldn't know what that was, right? But let's go ahead and see something real quick. I want y'all to see this, right? Eugenics. If you never knew what this was, you need to know what this is, okay? You need to know what this is. Eugenics, the study of how to arrange reproduction within a human population to increase the occurrence of heritable characteristics regarded as desirable, developed largely by Sir Francis Galton as a method of improving the human race. This is what the Nazis was doing. This is what Hitler was doing, right? This is what Hitler was doing. So anybody who think cloning is not real, you living under a rock. And that's why we turning the rock over today. All right, we turning the rock over today. Hey, I'm on the live. All right, calm down. All right, now so eugenics, right? Let's do something real quick. Let's do something. Now, here's what I recommend, because I want to make sure everybody knows how to fully understand something when you researching, right? Make sure that you always use this. Use Adam Online. You good? Use Adam Online, right? Let's go to Adam Online. Now, you don't have to use Adam Online. You can use any etymology source, right? You said he learned it from Margaret Sanger. Okay, stay in this live and let me yeah, all right. Cause you all right. Anyway, look. So look, and I appreciate you for that insight too, family. So look, let's look up eugenics. Now I want y'all to know that you know what? Let's pull it up because I want you to see. All right, eugenics, right? Now what etymology? Let me first off, hold on. Before we get into this, let me explain to y'all metaphorically. Goddess. My apologies, y'all. My goddess stepped out, so my little ones was acting up. Now, listen. Here's the importance of etymology. Let me give y'all a metaphor. Follow me for a second, okay? So that y'all can make sure that y'all understand. Hey, bear with me, y'all. Goddess. All right. So look. Nah, I just needed you to, to be helping me. I know, but you gotta take them, or you gotta help me, because I'm on the live. You know what I'm saying? I know. Don't go downstairs to get the apple. Make sure to take. You know what I'm saying? I know what you did. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? All right, look, bear with me, y'all. All right, so listen. Here's the reason why it's important for you to know etymology. And can you close that door? It's just kind of loud out there. Give me a second, y'all. Okay, alright. Children went to go look, let me show y'all. It's worth it, alright? Children went to go get some apples, alright? It was worth it. Alright, so listen. Let me give y'all a metaphor to help you understand the reason etymology is important. Let's say you and your family, right? So it's you and a group of your family. Y'all go to another planet. Y'all go through a portal. Y'all go through another planet. Y'all stranded on this other planet, right? While y'all on that other planet, y'all see these animals or beings walking around. And let's say you have a child and one of your children says, ew, look, mommy and daddy, that's a pig. And you look over and you like, what the hell? That's not a pig, but what is that? And it's some nasty, gruesome creature, right? So your child called it a pig. You know why your child called it a pig? Because that creature that she's seeing in this new planet, after y'all went through this portal, this new creature that she's seeing looks like a pig. Now, fast forward. If somebody on that planet that y'all went to 100 years later found your words and heard you call that thing a pig, in order for them to know what you were thinking about to reference that thing, they would have to know the etymology of a pig. You understand what I mean? So they would have to know what the mindset of the person who called it a pig was prior to calling this thing a pig, so that you could follow it. All right. Hopefully y'all followed that. If anybody didn't follow that, I will gladly reposition the statement. But let's get back into it. We're looking at the etymology of eugenics, right? All right. So eugenics, right? Let's look at the etymology of it, right? It says it's a doctrine of progress and evolution of the human race culture, right? Now they created race, just so that y'all know. All right. It was coined in 1883. Francis Galton, right? Now, let's go. Now, let's break it down. U means good, right? So EU means good. And this is dating back to Latin. Y'all want to keep in mind, everything is always going to date back to Latin. Let me see if it tells you specifically that it's Latin. Hold on. Or Greek. My apologies. Greek, right? U means good, right? And genics means genes. Genos, birth, right? It means birth, right? So good birth. Basically, eugenics means good birth. Alright, so that's what they telling you. Good birth. When they say eugenics, it means they're creating, they're making a good birth. An unnatural good birth. This is what eugenics is, okay? Alright, so now that we know that, now let's go back, okay? And now let's dig into eugenics and what that is, and then we're going to dig into who's doing it, okay? I appreciate you, Big Beezy. I appreciate you. You know, this is very important for us to know this, because this is how stuff goes over your head, and this is how people are able to just talk to you out the side of your neck. I posted a post and said, how many people think cloning is real? You'd be surprised how many people said it's not. And some people said, I don't think it is. I mean, it might be, but I don't know. Like, why are we living in an age where people don't know when this shit is right here in front of your face, bro? And we ain't even, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even get into it yet. I haven't even got into it yet to show you about eugenics, because eugenics is very intricate. You know what I'm saying? Eugenics is a little bit more intricate than just human cloning. You understand? Human cloning is simple. You're just cloning. Eugenics is is human cloning times 10. All right, now let's see what this is. Eugenics, right? From ancient Greek, right? Now, eugenics, which means coming into being, growing. We already looked into it, right? Good, well, genes, good genes, right? Eugenics is a fringe set of beliefs. Now, for those who don't know what fringe mean, because you never want to let these things go back, fringe refers to fringe science, which is, it just refers to ideas whose attributes include being highly speculative, right? So it basically means like there's a lot of ethical question around it. Whenever they say fringe, it means it's something that like they don't really know if they should be doing this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep going. Fringe set of beliefs and practices that aim to improve the genetic quality of a human population. Look at this shit. Eugenics is a set of beliefs and practices that aim to improve the genetic quality of a human population. Now, why would you not do this with sports? Think about it. This is fucking common sense. You don't even have to make this a conspiracy or no shit. If you got a whole set of intricate, like a whole technology, right? Because this is what this is. This is an unnatural technology. If you got a whole set of standards for eugenics whose aim is to improve genetic qualities, why the hell would you not be using this on sports? On sports members, all right, and military, which they are. But let's keep going. We're gonna get there. All right. And by the way, when y'all on Wikipedia, because you'll get these silly people who tell you not to look on Wikipedia. You see these numbers? These will tell you where it came from. So let's look and see where this came from. Even though we're gonna check these anyway at the end when I show y'all outside of Wikipedia that this is true. Because some people think I just rely on Wikipedia for everything. No, Wikipedia is not a source. It is a compilation of sources which you must check and double cross and reference. All right. But anyway, let's click on this. Right. This came from the Eugenics Unified Medical Language System, Psychological Index, Bethesda, Maryland. Bethesda, Maryland. National Library of Medicine. So what this means is in Bethesda, Maryland, they working on eugenics. That's just one reference. Let's keep going though. Historically, let me see who in here. Hold on, let me see who in here. Alright. Shout out to everybody who in here. Alright. Historically, and y'all do me a favor and try to share this live if y'all get a chance. I always try to ask people on the post to share it. A lot of people don't. I mean, even if you don't share it, do your own video and share this information because we need to have this out. All right, keep going. Let's keep going because we ain't done. We still got to expose them. Listen, I still haven't even exposed y'all to the fact that eugenics is real. I've just explained it to you, but I didn't show you it's real yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still haven't come across any tangible, you know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. Historically, eugenicists have attempted to alter human gene pools by excluding people and groups judged to be inferior or promoting those judged to be superior. Now tell me that's not what Hitler did. That's specifically what Hitler did. Let's look back again. Historically, eugenicists have attempted to alter human gene pools. This is what he was doing by excluding people and groups. Go look at what Hitler was doing in the Nazis. I could do a lecture on that to show y'all that too. But this is specifically what he was doing, to the point where he was making people who didn't have specific eye colors and things like that, he was making them identify and giving them an identification card and separating them, and he was putting them in these things called ghettos. He actually created ghettos. Hitler. This is where they were. My apologies, y'all. Let me not get too sidetracked. I just want to show you how when you study and you stay on top of your shit, you don't need to have this confirmed for you because you already know enough about history to know this shit was done. But let's keep going. In recent years, the term has seen a revival in bioethical discussions on the usage of new technology such as CRISPR, which we're going to go into, and genetic screening, with a heated debate on whether these technologies should be called eugenics or not. Now, let's see what CRISPR is. CRISPR is gene editing, right? And CRISPR stands for something. I forget what CRISPR stands for. Let's take a look at this. Hold up. One love, everybody. One love. Kate Sully, I appreciate you for coming in. Lies to keep us from our true selves. We are too powerful, and that's why we are lied to. One love, Anya Maya. I'm just making sure that everybody knows what cloning is, what eugenics is, and that it's no longer a question that clones exist and that they're doing this. Because in 2022, there's no reason people should be questioning whether or not most of the people in front of you are clones. But you're going to find out right now. But let's keep on going. So CRISPR gene editing is a genetic engineering technique in molecular biology by which the genomes, let me click on this because I want y'all to know what genomes are. You need to know this. Genetic engineering technique in molecular biology by which genomes of living organisms may be modified. It is based on a simplified version of the bacterial CRISPR-Cas9 antiviral defense system by delivering Cas9 nuclease complex with and nuclease is just a plural for nuclear, I believe, or a nucleus. Oh, no. This is an enzyme. My apologies, y'all. A nuclease is an enzyme capable of cleaving the phosphodiester. So this is, remember when we was talking about cloning and we was talking about how there is a natural version of cloning that takes place in plants? This is the unnatural version of that they use to cleave the phosphodiester. Now when they say phosphodiester, I would have to go over DNA with y'all, because DNA contains nitrogen and phosphates, and it also contains hydrogen as well. But this, when they say cleaving, they mean cutting the DNA links. This is what they use this for. It's a whole process for this. Let's keep going. Complex with the synthetic. Now listen, look at these words. Synthetic guide RNA. Now believe it or not, this is how they make viruses. So for those of y'all who don't know, viruses, there's multiple types of viruses. There's a regular virus, and then there's what you call a provirus. I'm going to deviate for a quick second because I believe that all of the people in here want to learn. All right, so I'm gonna deviate for a quick second because this is going into another section of my expertise or studies that I want to show y'all real quick, because you want to know what a provirus is. That's different. You see what I said? You see what I'm telling you? Provirus is a virus genome. Now listen. How is it that they don't create viruses? How are you telling me that they don't create viruses when there's a genome associated with the virus? Look at this. A provirus is a virus genome, and we're going to tie this into eugenics. A provirus is a virus genome that is integrated into the DNA of a host cell. It is, in the case of bacterial viruses, proviruses are often referred to as prophages. I never heard that. Let me see. What is this? A prophage is a bacteriophage genome that is integrated into the circular bacterial chromosome or exists as an extra chromosomal plasmid within a okay. All right. So look, I'm not going to spend time on this, but I just wanted to show y'all this so y'all see what this is. This is what AIDS was. AIDS was a provirus. Y'all got to know that AIDS is a provirus. You know what I'm saying? Or should I say HIV? Right? AIDS comes from HIV. But there's what's another one, y'all? What's another one? Who can name another provirus? What's the one that started with a C? For anybody that's in here watching, it was one of them that started with a C that they came out with over in Africa, and they was giving it to everybody. What was that called? If anybody think of it, just go ahead and comment it. Not cancer. No, cancer's a little bit different. Cancer's a little bit different, but yeah, we could go over cancer, and we could do a lecture on what cancer is as well. Cancer is more so gene manipulation. You said coronavirus. Y'all tripping. Coronavirus. Alright, let's get back to it, because I don't want to get too sidetracked. For anybody who's watching this back, I don't want them to get lost. Let's go back. So we was talking about gene editing. Now, CRISPR is a genetic engineering technique. Now, when they say genetic engineering, genetic just means you're talking about to do with the genes. When you say engineering, you're talking about engineering, creating, putting together. Let's see what they call it though. Genetic engineering, also called genetic modification or genetic manipulation, is the modification and manipulation of an organism's genes using technology. And there's people out there who actually say cloning not real. Like, this shit is crazy. Think about how ignorant they gotta look at us. This is why they have absolutely no respect for you. Like, cause you don't know basic shit. Basic shit. You know what I'm saying? And when they say guide RNA, for those who don't know what RNA is, that stands for ribonucleic acid. RNA, like if DNA and RNA work together, RNA is like for the future. RNA helps make sure They have different types of RNA, like they have messenger RNA. What this does is make sure that all of the coding that takes place inside your body lives to see the light of day tomorrow. This is what works with spermatogenesis and communicates genial information. Let's not look. I'm getting sidetracked. Let's go back. All right. Let's just get it on. Now let's move forward. All right. Just know that genetic screening. Genetic screening is just a way for them to pretty much, like, let's see what it is. Genetic testing, also known as DNA testing, is used to identify changes in DNA sequence or chromosome structure. Genetic testing can also include measuring the results of genetic changes. So this is basically like how they profile everything and keep they keep track of their information. You know what I'm saying? For diagnosis and things like that. We could look into this further, see for biochemical analysis. Like this is just their way of, and look, they use this for paternity. This is how they do paternity tests. Alright? So let's go back. Alright? But look, I want y'all to see this. The concept predates the term Plato. Do y'all hear this? Predates the term Plato. Who knows who Plato is? Look, the term eugenics predates Plato. Who is Plato? Plato was a Greek philosopher born in Athens during the classical period. Let's see when that was. I know, but let's see. When was the classical period? And what was that? Ancient Greece. Don't I tell y'all this shit all go back to ancient Greece or ancient Rome? Everything is going to go back to one of those two. Classical period was around 200 years in ancient Greece, marked by much of the Eastern Aegean, right? So let's go into it so we can see the exact time frame that it was, because they should show us. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. 5th century BC. 5th century BC. Man, y'all making me want to study. Hold on. Alright, let me go back. See, I'm gonna end up studying this shit. Let's go back, because I already studied that. And look, his teacher was who? Socrates. And his student was who? Aristotle. These three right here, these names come up all the time when you talk about Western psychology and philosophy, right? Everything that they do today came from Plato, Aristotle, or Socrates. This is why I'm telling you, when we talking about eugenics, this is not new. This is not new. This is not even something from 200 years ago like they tried to tell you before. Because what they tried to, and this is exactly why I wanted my brother to stay in here. Where my brother at? You still in here? Willow being Willow? Christ though. So I don't know who you was talking about when you said manger or something. And I'm not challenging you. I just wanted you to know that this predates all of them. The Nazis, see, this Margaret. So did Hitler learn eugenics? Oh, okay. You said Hitler learned eugenics from Margaret Sanger. See, I disagree with that. What happens is a lot of times they create names and they just give these people, it's kind of like, let me turn the camera on me for a minute. It's kind of like what they did to R. Kelly, like how we all know they trafficking and they doing this shit all throughout the industry, but the fall guy was R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like what it'd be with this. Like sometimes they don't want it to be clear where stuff comes from, so they just make a fall guy. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, temperature, right? When you say Fahrenheit, that was named after Fahrenheit. You said she was part of the KKK? Oh, okay. Yeah, Fahrenheit is named after a guy named Fahrenheit. But do we know that Fahrenheit actually found it? You know what I'm saying? That's who they credited it to. We got to really understand this big money and royalty in this. All of this stuff, when this was happening back in this time, everybody wasn't allowed to do this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that song that girl had? We'll never be royals. What was her name? I forget what her name was. But she was making it clear, like, cause she understood there'll never be royals. Only the royals was allowed to do this type of stuff or be aware of it, really. Alright, so look. Alright, this concept predates the term Plato, suggesting applying the principles of selective breeding to humans around 400 BC. Do y'all see this shit? 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 The principles of selective breeding was applied to humans around 400 BC. What is selective breeding? Selective breeding is the process by which humans use animal breeding and plant breeding to selectively develop particular phenotypic traits, right? By choosing which typically animal or plant males and females will sexually reproduce and have offspring. So you know what this does? You know what this is how your environment was created. Everything around you is fake. And when I tell people birds fake, they laugh. They think that shit a joke. It's not the birds, nigga. It's the squirrels. It's the squirrels. It's the roaches. It's the everything. This shit, everything around you was created. You gotta understand, they destroyed everything. They destroyed everything. It said they was applying selective breeding to humans around 400 BC, right? 400 BC. Let's deviate for a quick second, real quick, y'all. Let's deviate for a quick second, and let me show y'all something, all right? Because I think most people in here probably like to learn, or you wouldn't be in here. Punic Wars. I tell people look this shit up all the time. People never really want to do it. Now look. Now, in the Punic Wars, right? In the Punic Wars, you had some generals, right? Look, the Roman province of Africa, right? Now I'm showing y'all this because look when this took place. Now this was about 300 years. This was about 300 years after they started doing selective breeding. Right? Now these people you want to know, I'm about to expose something to y'all, okay? I'm about to expose to y'all where Africa came from for all these people who think they from Africa and shit. You see this guy right here? Scipio Aemilianus? Well, he has family members. Now Scipio, now the Scipios are a very powerful group of Roman emperors who helped conquer majority of Africa. Let's see who this is. Let's see who his family members is, y'all. I just want y'all to see who his family members are, right? Look, we gonna get back to human cloning and eugenics, all right? This is all gonna tie in. I want to show you how everything around you fake, and you should stop, like, you know. Anyway, all right, so look. Scipio Africanus Aemilianus. Y'all see that? You see that? Okay. Known as Scipio Aemilianus or Scipio Africanus the Younger. And they say this because he was the younger brother of Scipio Africanus, who was his older brother, right? Who was a Roman general and statements noted for his military exploits in the Third Punic War, right? Now, if you look these people up, right? I'm going to show y'all who his peoples was. We're going to do this real quick, and I'm going to just throw it in here. This is the type of shit they cut the live for right here, because they don't want people to know this type of shit. Scipio Africanus, right? This is him. This is where you get Africa from. Scipio Africanus, because y'all know they name everything after them, was a Roman general and statesman, most notable as one of the main architects of Rome's victory against Carthage. Now, where was Carthage? In present-day Africa, was it not? The Carthaginian Empire, he conquered. So if Africanus conquered what is now, man, I'm not gonna play these games with y'all, man. For all of these silly people who want to sit here and try to act like, yeah, whatever. Now, who was his cousin? Let's see who Scipio's cousin was. What that say? Uncovering some stuff, huh? Asiaticus. Who was this? A general and statesman of the Roman Republic. He was the son of Cornelius Scipio and the younger brother of Scipio Africanus. Now, he was sent to do the Battle of Magnesia, right? Which is where? In Asia. Where's Magnesia, right? Listen, let's get off of this. I just wanted to show y'all that so I can show you the power behind research. Now that we know that type of shit was going on, right? That was all going on around this same time. So wouldn't it make sense that they destroyed the whole previous world and created a whole new one for you? Every tree you ever seen, every plant you ever seen, every animal you ever seen. Do you see how that could happen now? You see how they could create a whole new world for your ass and you don't know nothing about it? Let's keep on going though. Early advocates of eugenics in the 19th century regarded it as a way of improving groups of people. In contemporary uses, the term eugenics is closely associated with scientific racism. Modern bioethicists, and y'all know what this means, right? These are the people who tell you right from wrong when it comes to biology. Modern bioethicists who advocate new eugenics, they got new eugenics. Hold up, we about to get into that. New eugenics characterize it as a way of enhancing individual traits regardless of group membership. So what they trying to do is normalize the shit and make it out like it's just, you know what I'm saying? And you can look into the history of eugenics. We're not gonna go into all of this, right? So look, we're not gonna go into this no further. Now we gonna jump to the point where we show you that they doing this shit right now. Before we even do that, hold on y'all. Before we even do that, let's look at some references for the people out there, for all my Wikipedia out there. Look, eugenics in the United States. I ain't even mean to go to this shit. Y'all see how the universe work? Look at this. How do they make laws for something that don't exist? Sway. For all the people out there, how do they make a law for something that don't exist? Let's look at what this is. Anti-misogyny. Now look, you can look at this. When you know words, you can look at this and see what it means. M-I-S-C comes from miscellaneous, meaning no specification. Anti means against. So against non-specified genation. That's what that means. See how, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to do this shit. But let's see what they say it is. In the United States, anti-miscegenation laws were laws yes, son. Okay, give me a second, okay? Oh, mommy coming up. Okay. All right. Look. All right, come on, y'all. I'm almost done. Somebody said the new eugenics is the new McDonald's burger. It definitely is. Alright, so look. Laws were passed by most states that prohibited interracial marriage and in some cases also prohibited interracial sex relations. What the fuck? Wait, how are they going to tie this into eugenics? Hold on, what y'all talking about? Wait. Hold on. Wait a second. Let me read this, y'all. See, I jumped to conclusions. Hold on. I apologize. Anti-miscegenation laws in the United States made it a crime for individuals to wed someone categorized as belonging to a different race. These laws were part of a broader policy of racial regulation to minimize contact between people with different ethnicities. Race laws and Nazi regime. Okay, so I don't know why they put eugenics in the United States there, because this doesn't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let's go further. We need something a little bit more. Look, see, Nazism and the decline of eugenics. Let's go a little further though. We're gonna go into references, right? So that y'all can see who's doing this and who's talking about this. So when we go to the bottom, right, in Wikipedia, we're gonna go to references. When we go to references, right? Look, Medford, Massachusetts University. They talking about it. They studying it, right? They studying it there. African American Studies, Oxford, right? Right? So Oxford is into it. Unified Medical Language System Psychology. Oh, that's Bethesda, Maryland. I live in Maryland, for those who don't know. I'm in Maryland, so that's close to home for me. Look at this. Look at all of these sources. Eugenics. This is a book. I believe this is a book. Or it's an article. I don't know, but you can click on it. It'll take you to them. This is the person who they were saying originally coined it or whatever. But we know that it came way before him. They just make it out like it's new. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just don't want you to dig too deep. Look at this. Politics of eugenics. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see this? Now, how is it that all of this stuff is here, but people don't know that this shit is real? Look at this. Endless counts of books and stuff about it. This is a book. This book is titled, and you know this is a book because it says ISBN. That stands for International Serial Book Number, right? Race, Science, and Eugenics. This is for all my people, because what people like to do, I do my research on Wikipedia, but people always quick to tell me, oh, you can't go to Wikipedia, you gotta use a book because Wikipedia not true. Okay, well, the source for everything we've been going over is this book. So you mean to tell me if I would have went out and found this book, then it's okay, but if I get it from here, which also comes from this book, it's not okay? I ain't trying to hear that, Sway. That's BS. And plus, when you get a book, you limit yourself too much. Because think about all of that research that we did. We just went into Scipio Africanus and all of that. Will we have been able to do that if we had a book in front of us reading page 72 through 73? No, we couldn't. So miss me with that. Wikipedia is where you go. I don't want to hear what nobody else saying. We could debate it if anybody got a problem with it. But I doubt they do. Alright? Look at this. The Catholic Church and the race question. This ties the Catholic Church into it. Why are they talking about it there? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, alright, family. So let's go ahead and look into who doing this, right? So look, I want to tell y'all about the AES. For those who don't know, what the AES is, let's look it up. Okay, let's look it up because somebody out there don't know what the AES is. But you gonna learn today. You gonna learn today what the AES is. Let's see what the AES is. That's the American Eugenics Society. Ooh, and you can look up who their members are. Ooh, the American Eugenics Society. Oh, would you look at that? Ain't that something? Look at that. Look at that. So the American Eugenics Society, right? Let's see. The American Eugenics Society was established in the U.S. by Madison Grant, Harry Lawlin, Henry Crampton. See, you should be looking these people up. Look these people up, see where the hell they came from and what they into. You can go to this embryo page, it'll tell you more about it, right? In addition to that, let me show y'all a website where they doing this at. Alright? This is a website I would recommend that y'all go to and just take a look at it so you can see how cloning and eugenics is being like, look, genome.gov. So anybody who dares say that cloning is not real, I want you to go ahead and tell them about this. Go ahead and tell them about genome.gov, right? Look at this. Genomic advances improve health for all humans. Y'all know what this is. What's that called, y'all? Class. What's that called? That's called therapeutic cloning. Did we or did we not go over that? Genomic advances improve health for all humans. Let's go back to it for those who might have missed it, right? Or for those who, you know what I'm saying? Because this helps my brain for me to go over this stuff. Because I like that. Look, oh, and it went straight to human cloning for us, didn't it? Look at that. Went straight to it for us. Now, when we went here, what did they say, y'all? What did they say when we went here? They said that there were 2 types of cloning. Right? Didn't they? Ah, shit, I don't remember where it was, y'all. I know we seen it, though. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen it. Hold on. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? How many people watch my melanin lecture? When I explain to y'all that melanin, that we don't, that the indigenous people of this planet don't have melanin. And I explain to you why we don't have melanin. Scientifically. Watch that lecture and look at this and what this is. And then tie that into what's going on. You gotta piece this shit together for yourself. But let me see if I can show y'all, because I'm trying to make a point. Look. Okay, here we go. 2 common methods of therapeutic cloning are being researched. Somatic cells, right? So therapeutic cloning, right? 2 commonly discussed types of human cloning are therapeutic cloning and reproductive cloning, right? So when we went here, right, and we went to this website, this is therapeutic cloning. This is therapeutic cloning. Okay? That's what they doing on this website. This is the NIH, for those who don't know. The National Human Genome Research Institute. Okay? NIH. Somebody, y'all help me share this. Y'all help me share this information. And for the people out there who don't want to give somebody credit because they don't want me feel like I'm trying to think I know everything, you put the information out there. I just showed you how to find it. It's very easy, and you can do this. Listen, I'm a scientist. There's nothing you shouldn't be able to know off the top. I mean, my apologies. There's nothing you shouldn't be able to research and find out. You know what I'm saying? Because this research that I just did, what I just showed y'all, this is a very minuscule level of research. We should have went into every single link that was under eugenics. We should have went to all of those people who we saw were a part of the AES, research those people, research who they're tied to, and then that will tie you into other things. And this is how you connect the dots. But we're not doing all of that. The purpose of this video, Gerald, the purpose of this video was just to show everybody that human cloning is real, aka eugenics, okay? And it has been going on for thousands of years. Not hundreds, not decades, thousands, okay? So for anybody out there who thinks it's crazy to think that they put in something in the jab that's going to edit your DNA, how silly do you sound now, right? And they looking at us like we crazy when we say they doing that. Come on now. The question should be whether or not they doing it, not if they could do it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, look up the Racial Integrity Act of Virginia. Let's look it up. Since you on here, we're going to look it up together, family. All right. And my apologies. I saw you commented that earlier and I missed it. All right. I apologize. One love to everybody who's in here. One love to everybody who's in here. Let's look it up and see what that says. Because I want everybody to know what Christ the Goyim. Christ the Goyim. That's so religious, bro. Christ the Goyim. That just told me a lot about you. I know Goyams, I know about Christ. Like, why you name yourself that? Anyway, alright. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Racial Integrity Act. Okay, Racial Integrity Act of 1924. Let's see what it is. Let's see what this is. In 1924, the Virginia General Assembly enacted the Racial Integrity Act. And this comes from State Legislature of Virginia. So y'all can trust that, okay? For all of my people, that's Wikipedia. How we know it's real. This comes from the State Legislature of Virginia. So Virginia said this, all right? Now, the act reinforced racial segregation by prohibiting interracial marriage. Why are we looking at this? This is not relevant. Hold on, family. Yeah, this is talking about. So I see what you're talking about. Who told me to look this up? Christ the Goyim. I see what you're talking about, but I'm not sure how this necessarily would tie into eugenics or human cloning. But I'm pretty sure it would tie in. Okay, I'm pretty sure it would tie in by the rules, the bioethical rules and laws surrounding how many of what gender you can make. Because let's say somebody who was cloning decided to make, 1 million women and 2 men. Then they might make a law to prohibit certain companies that are cloning from making certain, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, all right. So family, I think we know enough now. I think we know enough, and I don't want to make it too long. Are clone people normally walking around like all of us, or just a small portion for experiment? Nah, they walking around. Nah, they out here. They serving your food. They answering your customer service calls.
I was about to say, I used to serve food.
Look, they answering your customer service calls, you know what I'm saying? They processing your paperwork in the background, and your insurance companies, they out here. You know what I'm saying? They not on the front lines because obviously, they don't want, listen, they out here. Just know they out here. And we need to do a little bit more research for that. Right, they in sports. They in sports. Come on now. We already explained how they're in sports. But they all have families and stuff, right? I mean, some of them can be interjected into your family. You got to understand. Like, if you're at a hospital and you give birth to your baby and they take your baby and put him in the NICU, which is what? The intensive care unit for the child. If they put your baby in a NICU and then switch it out with a clone baby, how would you know that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can have a little bit more and then that's it.
Oh, okay. You said that's all eugenics. Okay. Hey, Christ the Goyim, I'm curious as to. Somebody said I could be a clone. No, I don't think. I mean,
right.
Hey, it's funny. Christ. Christ the Goyim, why you name yourself that? Do you know what a Goyim is? And do you know what Christ references? I'm just wondering why you name yourself Christ the Goyim. Alright, you said I could be a clone. Synthetic clones be real as fuck. Yeah. Right, Herbo 4K said, nah, you would know. Yeah, you would know. I mean, you would know because you wouldn't be in here. If you was a clone, you wouldn't be in here. Because clones don't,
You wouldn't be able to
they don't,
you're a clone.
yeah, like they don't, the neurological capabilities of a clone are not that of, you know, the neurological advances of a clone are not that of us. You know what I mean? We're like supercomputers. There's like millions of synapses going off in your neurons and your dendrites and your axons as you think. Like, and clones, you know, if they would have to have some form of programming. You know what I'm saying, in them. But anyway, how do we determine who's cloned and who's pure blood? I mean, that's tough. I mean, you know, because they're probably not going to tell you they're a clone, and they're going to deny it, I'm sure. So, I mean, it's going to be tough. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be tough. But we just need to study. What I would say is study more. Study more about cloning so that you can find out what types of tendencies they have. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. All right? Somebody said, what is a Goyim? Let's look it up. I know what a Goyim is, but let's look it up. Let's look up what a Goyim is. Alright? And let's look up what the etymology of it is, and then I'm going to jump off here, because I'm really just doing this as an exercise to show y'all real time how anything that you know what I'm saying, anything that you want, you can look up. Alright? But look, what is a Goyim? A term used by Jewish people for non-Jewish person, right? Now, Goyams was what they were, you know, this term was being thrown around a lot when you talk about Judaism, you know what I'm saying, and you're talking about religion. You hear Goyim thrown around a lot. And we all know religion is a man-made construct, which we really shouldn't really have anything to do with unless we learning to get out of that shit. That's why I was wondering why you named yourself that, because you named yourself a mixture of multiple religions. You got Goyim, which is related to Judaism, and then you got Christ, which is related to not only Christianity but also ancient Greece, because it's related to Christos, which was the Greek god from ancient Greece. All right, was you gonna say something to me?
No.
All right. Look, I'm about to get off here though, so I mean, is it something you want to tell me before I get off? Or?
No, I was just going to ask, did he explain why he named himself that? Because
he hasn't responded yet.
Because it kind of go together. It kind of makes sense what he's saying in my mind. Because he's saying, you see, a goy is a term used by Jewish people for non-Jewish people. So he's saying he's a non-Jesus person. Or it sounds like,
yeah, but his name is Christ.
Right, but that may mean that he's referencing that in the terms of Christ. So maybe he's a non-Christ person, he's saying, instead of non-Jewish person. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh, he said Christ is my government name. Oh, jeez. Okay, alright. Listen, I'm sending positive vibes to everybody, alright? I appreciate everybody. Is it really bad if they are cloned? And what if a lover was cloned and you didn't know, or they didn't?
Jay, I just told you don't do that.
And now when y'all watch the movie Star Wars Attack of the Clones, you can understand the reality of that movie. Alright, but sending positive vibes to everybody. Please remember to be positive, optimistic, keep positive people in your circle. As those three things are key to ensuring positivity is invited in your future. Y'all please try to Gerald for a second for me, okay? 1 second for me, okay? Y'all share this video for me. Send it to somebody, tag them, or at least like go in the comments and tag somebody. Let's just get the information out there. If y'all don't want me to be known for the person that exposed it or whatever, or told it, then you put it out there and I'll share yours. You can literally do one and I'll share yours, or go live and I'll come on your live and do this same thing and you share it so that it's on your page, alright? But we got to get the information out there because people's level of intellect is so low that they can't understand. We got to do so many lectures on different things, frequencies. I really want to do a lecture on frequencies so that people can understand why the grid is about to go out, because everybody thinking the grid is about to go out is some lie or something, or something that's just speculation or conspiracy theory. We can scientifically break down for you why the grid is about to go out, and I can do that for people. But I want people to get behind me too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just because the information that I be presenting is information that a lot of people really need to know about. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important for us to know this information in order for us to really stop letting us be controlled and manipulated. All right. Sending positive vibes. It's your boy JGiddins out. I expect y'all to be working with me, alright? I expect y'all to be sharing this. Remember to be positive, optimistic, keep positive people in your circle, baby. I'm out.